These paintings evolved out of the past body of work. I used to be a representational painter, and I did mostly landscape painting when I lived in Seattle. And moving here, I wanted to see how the work would adapt to the new, more urban environment. And so I started painting houses and buildings as a way to add vertical elements to the paintings. So I did some of those paintings last year, and then I realized I could just paint. I realized what the planes of color were doing, and there was a lot of potential for that with sort of geometric shapes compared to the painterly marks. And so I dropped all the referential photograph, observational sort of painting, and did these more abstract paintings from that. And so they're kind of an evolution of that. And then the paintings also evolved out of themselves. And so the little blue painting over there was the earliest painting that I did. It kind of happened by accident, happened really quickly, unexpected. And that really broke me out of a transition between photo-based abstract paintings and more intuitive abstract paintings. And then I started putting more color in the work as a way to contrast with the gray. And so I kind of see this as like a big painting where the paintings got known. And this little painting is kind of like the future of where the paintings are heading, with like no gray. It's simpler in a way. So that's one way of how I see the work, is how they evolve. So does anybody have any questions about your work? Rachel?
I noticed you earlier today, and could you tell us how you came by your title?
The title Harbor Island is a man-made island in the Puget Sound of Washington. It's an artificial island, and it's built in a geometric. And so one of the ideas has to do with sort of natural earthen shapes like rivers and islands that we think are these natural occurring elements, but we make them into these geometric sorts of things, like the LA River, for example. It's like we try to build it by adding geometry to it, so it's kind of has to do with the tension between the geometric and the natural landscape. Anything else? Yeah.
When you paint these pictures, or are you looking at something, say, outside your window, or is it all coming inside your head?
It's pretty much mostly coming from my head. I will look at a lot of the other paintings. Sometimes I'll zoom in on one area of the whole painting I like a lot and use that as a starting point for the next painting. Awesome.
Would you consider your paintings to take a stance on whether or not the unnatural shapes are belonging within our architecture? Do you think they're pro or wrong?
I don't know if they're negative or positive, but they're there. And whether the negative is in the architecture or it's like right next to the architecture, like our architecture is always surrounded by plants. So that's something that I think I consider. Yeah.
Just a general description of the process itself, whether you already have kind of predetermined vision of what a given piece is going to look, or it's one thing leads to another kind of.
So a lot of them are really accidental or intuitive. Like the blue one just happened. The green one was totally sketched out with pencil on paper first. I don't really know how to explain that, but the other ones are kind of like in between there. The yellow one was on top of a bad painting that didn't work out. They come from all different kinds of places.
Cool.
So, any more? Yeah.
Usually, geometry is thought of in terms of like orderliness and regulation and structure. And it seems to me that you're interested in things falling apart and breaking down and decaying. Is that?
Yeah, it's kind of I think there's kind of a contradiction between like for example, like the LA River, like making it a cement straight channel. Like, is that really better than the way it used to be? Like, so it's like we're gonna fix everything with our straightening out of it. Like, maybe that's not better, like, so.
So would you say you're a geometric painter interested in chaos?
I think so. I'm not really interested in geometry. It's kind of a thing to make artistic geometry. Because I'm really bad at math. Okay. One more? Anyone? Yeah.
Do you see your work having a relationship to like unicorn and fragments?
Yeah, there's been a lot of unicorn conversations I've had while especially with the show going on right now. So, but I'm okay with it. Like, I like it. I like his paintings, and I see that as a compliment, not really like a criticism. So, I accept that. Okay, any more? Is that it? Okay, thank you.